The New York Mets last season put up a record of 101 and 61. However, it was not good enough to win the division against the Braves, which put them in the wild card round where they did eventually lose to the San Diego Padres. So, overall, the year regular season was somewhat of a success, but the postseason, they didn't reach their ultimate goal of winning a World Series. Heading into 2023, they've made some moves this offseason, and they look to really kind of come back and make another stab at it in 2023. So let's get straight into this New York Mets team profile. My name is Derek. I'm here with Kassem. You're watching Bleacher, Brawls, and let's get straight into it. So as I said, 101 and 61 was the record for the Mets. But like I said, they didn't reach their ultimate goal of winning a World Series last year. So I'll hand it right over to Kassem. You look at this Mets team, look at this roster. Who are their three key players? Who do you think will be three key players for them? And out of those three, which one's going to have the biggest impact?
Well, the three key players for me was signing Justin Verlander, signing Senga from Japan, and man, who was the other guy that they signed? Oh boy,
Um.
re-signing Brandon Nimmo.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Re-signing Brandon Nimmo. These are three key pieces. The biggest impact for that team is going to be Justin Verlander because the Mets, Steve Cohen, he went all out. I'm happy that the Mets did. They got a true owner. I love their manager. Buck Showalter is one of my favorites, and I do believe Justin Verlander, with the addition with Max Scherzer and Senga, it kind of makes up with the loss of DeGrom and Chris Bassett. But I know the signing of Jose Quintana doesn't really move the needle. I know you got Carlos Carrasco, but the biggest impact I think for me is going to be Justin Verlander. I think teaming up with the 1-2 punch of with Max Scherzer and Senga. So their pitching is going to take them as far as where they need to land.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, Verlander just won unanimous Cy Young of the AL. He's still got it, right? I want to touch a little bit on players who are still on the team. Frankie Lindor, Pete Alonso, Max Scherzer's obviously still there. I think the one with the biggest impact, though, the Edwin Diaz. Edwin Diaz, back of that bullpen. Especially as a team, you're pushing for a World Series. You cannot be better off late in a game when you have a lead. You go into the ninth inning and those trumpets start blaring, and Edwin Diaz comes out of the bullpen. There's only one guy I'd rather have over him, and that's just more personal preference for me. Emmanuel Clase. Him and Clase were 1 and 2 next year, whichever order you want to put them. I'm a big Clase guy, but Edwin Diaz was still lights out last year. There's no denying that. And I think just his impact, having the confidence of, especially when you get into the playoffs, you got to lead in that ninth inning, and you got one of the best relief pitchers in the game coming in and being able to get the job done, close out the game. I think just having the confidence of a guy like that in the back end is going to be huge. It's going to be huge for the Mets. It'd be huge for any team. And that's why I think his impact's going to be so big for this Mets team. But you did touch on some of their free agent signings. So let's move on to, they brought back Edwin Diaz. Like I said, you said, brought in Verlander, Kodai Senga, Jose Quintana. They also brought in guys like Omar Narvaez, Tommy Pham, some other guys. But they were going to bring in Carlos Correa, and then they didn't bring him in, and he went back to Minnesota. I know you definitely want to touch on that because that is a big impact that they didn't bring him in because everyone thought he was going to be there.
Yeah, that's the biggest misstep that I think the Mets did this offseason. That's why my expectation for them is third place. I'll say the expectation right now because they didn't land Carlos Correa. I think Carlos Correa with Francisco Lindor on the left side of the infield would have been great. Correa's defense, his offense, I would have had him probably second in the division, maybe winning the division if they land Correa. But losing Correa, now I got him third in the division because I don't think they're better than the Philadelphia Phillies. They should fight. They should be in the wild card race still because I do believe three teams are coming up from the NL East. The Mets, because they're well managed by Buck Showalter, but losing Correa really hurt. Another thing with me is that a guy that I'm really looking forward to, and if he's healthy, like he showed it last year before he got hurt. That guy's Starling Marte. He's a big part of their lineup, big leadoff guy. He's good defensively. I love his bat. I love his speed. I think they really missed it last year. They were tied with the Braves last year, but the 3-game series really hurt them when they lost to lose the tiebreaker to the Braves. So they ended up playing San Diego. A lot of people had them beating the Padres, but it didn't happen. But I think losing Marte last year really hurt big time. And this team is healthy. This team is gonna make the wild card, and still their expectations, just like the Phillies, is going to be a World Series or bust because it is New York. Anything else is a failure. They got the team to do it, but I just wish they had Carlos Correa. That's all I was hoping.
Yeah. Now you bring up the health factor, which I think is a big thing to bring up because
Yeah.
you look at the rotation, Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, they're not getting any younger.
Hmm.
And the big thing for this Mets team, it's not whether they win the division or not, it's whether they get into the playoffs with these guys healthy,
Hmm.
right? And you look at this, rotate, especially this rotation and just the team in general, and it's like winning the division would be so nice, especially you get the first round bye, hopefully. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
However, at the end of the day, you want to be healthy in the playoffs and you want to have your best team out there to where you can make a deep run into the postseason. And that's why I think the health factor is going to be so important for this Mets team, especially, you look at a guy, if, Frankie Lindor goes down, if they would have, you said, if they had Carlos Correa, you could always slide Correa to short.
Hmm.
And you have more than enough pieces that can play third base, whether you call up a Brett Beatty or it's Eddie Escobar, who I really like from his days with the D-backs and even the Twins. But yeah, so I think you're definitely looking at, Correa's was a luxury for them. Maybe they don't have the luxury. They still have a very good team. Third place in this division could be winning 90 games and easily being in the playoffs. That's how good this division is, especially that with those top three. I think the thing for the Mets is they got to get into the playoffs and see what happens. And their goal is to win a World Series. So as we talk about their expectations, it's World Series or bust, especially with the money Steve Cohen is spending.
Yeah, that's just the way it is with that team. It's World Series or bust. You got the manager, you got the owner, you added players. Uh, Verlander, Max, Senga. It was like last year with Max Scherzer and DeGrom, Max Scherzer, and Bassett. So they're gonna have to rely heavily on their pitching staff, and hopefully the 4 and 5 does well. But like I said, it's World Series or bust, and it's gonna matter of if Verlander and Max Scherzer don't break down towards the end of the year. I know Verlander had a great year last year, but now this is New York. Detroit and Houston loved you, no matter even if you struggled. New York is a different animal. From opening day, the minute you take the ball, to the end of the season, to where the team ends up finishing, they're gonna be on you from day one. So, if I was Verlander, just get ready because the media ain't too nice. They'll love you, but then they'll hate you.
Yeah, see that in a lot of big markets too.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that's the big thing for this Mets team. It's World Series or bust, and that's the goal. If you're Steve Cohen, you're not spending all this money to not win a World Series. Obviously, some you see there's examples of in the past where just going all out spending doesn't always work. But we've never seen anyone spend like this either, right? We've never seen an owner put up a payroll, including the luxury tax that they're having to pay, of essentially $500 million. We've never seen anything like this. So it's 100% World Series or bust. You got to win. Either this, if it's not this year, it's got to be next. They got to win sometime soon because guess what? They're also not going to get any younger. Verlander's 40. I think Scherzer's 40 or just about to hit 42. Yeah, they're not getting any younger. I do love the Kodai Senga signing. I'm very high on him. But yeah, it's World Series or bust.
Yeah, they got a 2, 3 year window with this kind of group. So, and
Yeah.
only last owner we've seen is with George Steinbrenner. That was it. So Cohen's like the image of George Steinbrenner.
Yeah, they got to win it all. And I think that's a great place to kind of wrap this thing up. They got to win, and
Yes.
the sooner the better for the Mets. So yeah, if you're a New York Mets fan, let us know your thoughts on this team in the comments. We'd love to know. Make sure to check out the first link in the description will be the playlist to all the team profiles we've done so far. So whether you're getting this just as it's new or you're getting it a little bit down the line, you'll be able to check out all the ones that have already been uploaded or all of them if they've all been done by that point. So let us know your thoughts in the comments. Like I said, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified whenever we post, and check out all our other links in the description. So that's a great place to wrap it up. For Kassem, my name is Derek. Thanks for tuning in to our New York Mets team profile here on Bleacher Brawls, and we'll see you next time.